All right, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then take questions from the room.
Oh, shoot. That was a tough game. I mean, you got to give Tennessee a lot of credit. Playing without two starters, I thought they gave us everything we could handle. I told our guys, going in the game that been in these situations before where, a team's down a guy or two and everybody picks it up. That's what happened, today. I thought, you look at them, Olivier for them was really good. He obviously picked up a lot of slack, got a lot more shot attempts, with Chandler and Fulkerson out. You look at, put Ziegler in the starting lineup, we had major problems staying in front of him. Guards, Cornelly ended up in foul trouble, not totally due to that, but and Ziegler did a good job, shot 7-8 at the free throw line. It's one of those games where we struggled to make shots, a lot of that due to Tennessee's defense. Some of it we just missed some open shots, and I thought in the past maybe guys let their defensive intensity go down, if their offense is struggling. That didn't happen tonight. Shaq was 1 for 9 before he hit that last three. I just told him just hang in there, he's going to make one. He had that tough drive, he hit the last three. I thought his defensive intensity never waned, even though he struggled on offense. I thought J.D. Davidson had a chance to really let his defense take a hit because he struggled on offense. He had 5 turnovers in the first half. That never happened. He just kept playing hard, played through the turnovers, gave us what we needed on defense. Quinterly is 1 for 7 from 3, and I thought that was his best defensive game he's played. So a lot of credit to our guys. Noah Gurley, best game he's played since he's been here, but he's been in the gym working. I mean, he's maybe our hardest worker. We've got some hardworking guys, and that work doesn't go unrewarded. I mean, he's going to stay in the gym. He's going to work. He's going to trust his work. He's got a lot of confidence. He stepped up in a big way when we needed him. He came up with 10 rebounds. We've been on him about rebounding more. We ended up out-rebounding them by 8, which is big because we've had some rebounding issues, and they're big. I mean, Plavkic is big, and we went small a lot, and we needed Noah to play the way he did, and he stepped up for us. So, it's a big win for us. Tennessee's going to challenge for the SEC title. If we continue to guard like we did tonight, we'll be challenging for it. This is the only time we play them all year. We've got the tiebreaker now. It was a big deal. It was a big win to start SEC play out.
Coach, what did you say to Noah after the game, after seeing his work pay off the way it did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I just told him that hard work's not going to go unrewarded. It's what, we brought him here to play. He's not going to necessarily have 20 and 10 every night, but I thought his effort was great, took the right shots, he drove the ball when he needed to. And, and then I told him, when you're about the right stuff and you just play hard and you lose yourself in the game, you step to the free throw line at the end, usually goes well for you. He shot 2 free throws there late when we needed them. He went 2 for 2 and kind of capped off an unbelievable performance, and obviously his best game since he's been here, and an opportune time when we needed it most.
Coach, what can you say about the non-conference schedule that y'all have played and how it prepared you tonight in the victory?
You know what? I think playing tough teams, and Quinterly brought it up after the game. We've been asking guys to step up as leaders, and I thought it was a great point he made. The last time we had a big win like this, Gonzaga, Houston, we had a drop-off after it. We beat Houston in a tight game here. The next 3 games, we didn't play well. Memphis lost. Jacksonville State didn't play well at all, happened to get a win. And then Davidson, our defense was terrible. We took a 1-point loss. So, I think even playing the games, Gonzaga's huge, Houston's huge, but even playing a team like Davidson, I mean, if you don't guard well, they're going to make you pay. So it was, it was the point where we, coming off a loss to Davidson, if we'd have played a inferior team that, a lot of teams at this level would try to play going into Christmas, get a guaranteed win, and your mistakes don't get exposed nearly like they do against a team like Davidson, and I don't think you can get you guys as locked in as focused as we need to be, and our guys were locked in tonight. And we had some transition defense issues in the first half after we got that cleared up, and I thought in the half court our guys were really locked in the majority of the night. So I'm always going to be a proponent of playing tougher teams. think at one point, I don't know if it still is, we had number 1 strength of schedule in the country. I'd rather get exposed early, get you guys' attention, figure out what you got to work. We need to work on rebounding. Houston destroyed us. Memphis, we weren't great that night either. You know, we had some off-ball issues, falling asleep against Davidson, guarding 3-point line. You know, every game you figure out what you need to work on, you get better at it, and I think our team's a lot better for playing the schedule we played.
We didn't see Darius Miles. Is he okay? What's his status moving forward?
Yeah, we played the guys that we thought were going to help us win the game tonight. You know, he was available. We'll see how his practice habits go leading into the next game.
Hey, Coach, you shot 7 for 31 from 3, but those big shots from Shackelford and Ellis at the end kind of got you the win. You know, what does it say about the resilience of your players to keep shooting even when they're not going down at
Yeah,
first?
we told them. I mean, listen, I thought guys were passing up open shots. If you're a shooter, I really don't care if you're 0 for 7, 0 for 10. Like, you have to take open shots. So we told them, you know, that under 8 media timeout and the under 4, told them the same thing. Like, do not pass up an open shot. If you get an open 3, you're taking it. If you miss it, we'll go get the offensive rebound. Thought our guys played really hard on the glass. We kind of pulled away from them on the glass in the last 6 minutes of that game. You know, in the last 6 minutes, we went on a 16-5 run to close the game out. I do think our pace of play got to them a little bit. You know, they were tired. You go back to the beginning of the game, the under 16 media timeout didn't happen. It was either the under 16 didn't happen until under 12 or the under 12 didn't happen until under 8. I think it was the under 16 never occurred until under 12. So then you had back-to-back whistles. You had 2 media timeouts. You know, and we had some guys in there that were starting to get tired. And I just kept telling them on the floor, like, they're more tired than you are. We got pushed through it. I think our conditioning, we've been practicing hard, practicing well, you know, and maybe the lack of their depth with missing 2 players helped with that a little bit with us too. But, you know, I thought in the last 6 minutes we pulled away in the rebounding. We charted the blue-collar stuff. They were up on it till the last, I think the last 2 media 4-minute kind of battles we call them. We ended up pulling away and won the blue-collar battle that we chart on our end. You know, they're a hard-playing group, and I thought our guys showed a lot of resilience on both sides of the ball late in the game.
Maxwell, you can go ahead.
Just referencing, you guys ended on a 16-5 run, but I think what stands out to most people is the defensive side. Could you just talk about locking in at the end of the game on defense there a bit?
Yeah, I mean, we've been preaching that since the Davidson loss. We've been trying to preach it since the Memphis loss, really. You know, it seems to have taken didn't fall on deaf ears after Christmas, after the Davidson loss, if I can say it that way. I think our guys understand that the only way we can compete for an SEC championship, and it was great winning it last year, is if we're going to guard every single possession for the entire 40 minutes. And, you know, we didn't start out great on that end. Early in the game, we gave up some transition stuff, weren't locked in. I think they realized, and at halftime, we made the point, like, you guys have no idea, some of you that haven't been in these games have no idea how hard you have to play on every possession on the defensive end to win these games. I mean, they're brutal. It's a war. I mean, I'm exhausted. I didn't even play in a game. So I think, you know, Shackelford's been in a lot of these wars. Cornely was in a lot last year. Keon Ellis was in a lot last year. Noah Gurley's an experienced player. I think JD stepped up as a freshman. Jawan Geary's been in a lot of these big games last year. They understood how hard you have to play regardless of how your offense is going. And if we had let our offense dictate our defensive effort like I think we had earlier in the year, we would not have won this game. But Shackelford, Quinterly struggled on offense. J.D. Davidson turned the ball over a lot. Like, I don't think they'd never let it affect their effort on defense. That's why we won the game tonight.
Drew, you can go ahead.
Coach Oats, I wanted to ask you about you and the staff. I know over a month ago, the season got underway, even after the Louisiana exhibition, Noah was struggling, and you talked about you expected him to start making shots and fitting into this offense. How has the process gone with you and the staff, getting him more and more comfortable with this new group and playing much better now? And then second part of the question, this is from this game specifically, with J.D. Davidson. He was really turnover prone early. How did you guys settle him down at halftime? And I thought he was a lot better in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you make too big a point out of it. Exasperates the problem. I mean, he had a couple early. We let him play through it. And a few more. I just said he brought him out. Just settle down. You're not going to keep turning it over. We take care of the ball. We'll be all right. He's a pretty mentally tough kid. I mean, he's. If you guys have all watched him play in high school, he had big shots in high school. I was surprised he didn't go 2 for 2 when he got fouled late. To me, he's a clutch player that's got a lot of confidence. I expect him to go 2 for 2 at the line when he's fouled late in games. He's made big shots his whole life. So I think, the turnovers, some of them, he just need to settle down, get into the flow of the game. It's one of those deals where, like, if you all of a sudden start pulling them out after every turnover, that doesn't work. You don't want guys playing, looking at the bench. We want him playing confident, attacking. That's the only way he's going to be good. So he doesn't usually have a big issue with the turnovers. I don't think he's going to have a major issue moving forward. It's one of those deals, and I didn't make a huge deal of it. Just mentioned it. Like, we got to quit turning the ball over, keep playing hard on defense, keep being aggressive. Can't let it take away our aggressiveness, and I thought he did a good job with that. All right, thanks. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Appreciate it. I'll say this, too, before I end. The crowd was unbelievable tonight. Like, to have a tornado watch, warning, whatever it was, I thought the student section was great. It's great to have students showing up when there's not class in session. I thought the whole crowd was unbelievable. So thanks to everybody that showed up tonight. It was huge for us.